No, I continue fight. I think next year.
Oleksandr Usyk's call-out has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. After dismantling both Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois twice, he's now setting his sights on Anthony Joshua for a 2026 trilogy. Fans are buzzing, social media is on fire, and the anticipation is real. Usyk's confidence is unshakable, making this potential clash feel like a historic heavyweight showdown in the making.
We speak with Anthony. Say, hey bro, I have preparation. If you can come.
Oleksandr Usyk isn't holding back. After AJ's shocking display against Jake Paul, Usyk makes it clear Anthony is far from his level. Having already defeated AJ twice, he's now teasing a 2026 trilogy. Fans everywhere are buzzing, debating how Usyk could dismantle AJ again, while Jake Paul's brief chaos only amplified the hype for the ultimate rematch.
Anthony not like this move like me. Listen, we give to what help Anthony grow.
Johnny Nelson lays it bare. AJ is under a microscope. After Jake Paul's shocking victory, the scrutiny on Joshua has intensified, with fans and pundits expecting perfection. Nelson highlights the pressure cooker environment AJ faces, making every mistake magnified. Usyk watching this chaos is only adding fuel to the fire, teasing that the trilogy could be a masterclass for him.
God, he got slaughtered. Because you expect him to get slaughtered. It's about AJ. And AJ's in a position where all he's going to do is get criticised. It needs to be a 100% spot-on performance. Anything less, and he's going to get absolutely vilified.
Simon Jordan calls out the insanity of Jake Paul stepping in against AJ. Joshua, even after Dubois, remains a top-tier heavyweight, but mental hurdles are real. Jordan's point underscores how Usyk, having beaten AJ twice, could exploit both skill and psyche in a potential 2026 trilogy. The Jake Paul fight only makes the hype around Usyk versus AJ unstoppable.
His financial welfare, but Jake Paul going into a fight with Anthony Joshua, to me, is absurd. I mean, Anthony Joshua is a legitimate two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He may have got destroyed by Daniel Dubois, but notwithstanding, there's nothing physically wrong with Anthony Joshua that he can't execute. Mentally, he might be in a little bit of a difficult position after the loss to Daniel.
Spencer Oliver's point is clear. AJ views Jake Paul as quick, effortless money, and honestly, who can blame him? After going 12 brutal rounds twice with Oleksandr Usyk, stepping in with a YouTuber turned cruiserweight is practically light cardio. Jake thinks he's earning respect, but he's walking into a cash grab mismatch where AJ barely breaks rhythm, let alone sweat.
Well, Anthony Joshua was talking about wanting warm-up fights before going into bigger fights, but look, it's prize fighting at the end of the day, and the way that Joshua will see it, and Matchroom and all the team, the fans won't like this, by the way.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either. But the way that Joshua will see it is as a money grab. He'll see it as an easy money grab, but at this stage of his career, is it a fight he should be taking?
Johnny Nelson isn't exaggerating. Jake Paul wouldn't even dominate at British level, yet he's calling out a man who fought one of the greatest technicians alive in Usyk. AJ, at 245, is a version built for power and destruction, and Jake stepping toward that weight range is reckless. This isn't ambition, it's delusion packaged as entertainment.
For Jake Paul, absolutely crazy. Jake Paul is a domestic level professional fighter here in the UK. Would he win a British title? No, I don't think so. So now they're putting this domestic level fight in with a former heavyweight two-time champion of the world. The weight is 245, so I think last time Anthony Joshua weighed around that, it was when he boxed Usyk.
Carl Froch views this matchup as a demolition waiting to happen. In his eyes, Joshua doesn't need elite form, his fundamentals alone overwhelm Jake Paul. Froch's tone makes it clear, the skill gap is enormous, and Paul has never shown he can survive against a heavyweight's basic pressure.
This is a one-round job. Because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud.
Gareth A. Davies underlines the size and pedigree gulf. He compares Jake's regional level experience to Joshua pushing an elite champion like Usyk for long stretches. That contrast alone makes the matchup feel surreal, like two fighters who don't belong in the same competitive universe.
I completely agree with Ben. I mean, that's the biggest issue with the fights. Let's be fair. Jake Paul is an area level fighter, British area level fighter. That's where he's at as a cruiserweight. He's stepping in against a very big heavyweight who's a massive puncher. Just go back to the second fight with Oleksandr Usyk. Look how great Oleksandr Usyk has become. And you go back and look at some of the highlights of Joshua's attacks on Usyk and gave him a really hard...
Frank Warren acknowledges that Jake Paul knows the risk he's walking into, but awareness doesn't erase the reality of stepping in with a massive, seasoned heavyweight. Confidence is one thing, absorbing real heavyweight power is another entirely. Jake's belief can't close that physical gap.
Right. It's a dangerous fight. Of course, it's a dangerous fight. But I'm not here to be there selling their show. I've got no interest in the fighters from that perspective. I just think that he is a licensed boxer. He trains. He knows what he's getting involved with. He's not an idiot, and he knows what he's going to be up against. But he must believe in himself to do it.
Eddie Hearn doesn't sugarcoat it. Joshua's size, speed, and explosiveness create a gap no developing cruiserweight can realistically bridge. He makes it clear, this isn't entertainment for AJ, this is a heavyweight with real knockout power, and Jake is stepping into a level he's never been near before.
But I said to Jake Paul, you ain't in a box, mate, and this ain't David Blaine. I said, so just be careful, because AJ will take your head clean off your shoulders, and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And you take on that responsibility, and we all have to, so we've got to think about that. But this is Anthony fighting a top 50 cruiserweight in the world. It's not something that we would normally do.
Yeah.
But we also...
David Benavidez highlights the simplest truth. Joshua has spent his entire career at the absolute peak of heavyweight boxing, while Jake Paul is still learning the basics. When someone with limited experience stepped in last time, the result was brutal. Benavidez is reminding everyone that AJ's pedigree isn't hype, it's proven through Olympic gold, title fights, and surviving wars with elite operators like Usyk and Klitschko. When a fighter with that resume faces someone still figuring out core mechanics, the danger becomes real. The levels are miles apart, and Benavidez leaves no doubt who controls every second of that ring.
Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him. But
Tony Bellew goes beyond competitiveness. He's questioning safety. When a former cruiserweight world champion calls something dangerous, it carries weight. Bellew sees a young fighter chasing a payday without recognizing the real cost, stepping into the ring with a heavyweight who punches through guards and has flattened elite opposition. Bellew's frustration is clear. He respects boxing too much to pretend this is normal matchmaking. He sees a situation where ambition is blinding judgment, where financial opportunity is overshadowing medical reality. His tone says it all. This isn't brave, it's reckless, and the outcome feels predictable to anyone with experience.
It's just a gross mismatch.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand his health is in jeopardy. So, I'm not even entertaining it. I just think it's dangerous. And listen, I might have to work it, but it's just...
It's kind of ludicrous, isn't it, really?
It's insane. This boy is nuts. Is nuts, and I think he's putting his life before he's putting his life before.
Duke McKenzie frames it like classic matchmaking, a rebuilding fight dressed as a spectacle. In his eyes, Jake Paul isn't a threat, he's an assignment, a confidence booster, a name chosen because he guarantees an explosive highlight. McKenzie makes it sound bluntly simple. AJ needs momentum, and Jake provides it. He sees Paul as someone walking straight into a knockout he can't avoid, a fighter selected because he fits the promoter's plan, not because he belongs on that level. It's not cruelty, it's business. And in that business, mismatches like this end violently and early.
And he's a soft touch. He's waiting to get knocked out. So the promoter says to himself, right, he scratches his head and says, you know what, I need to get my fighter a couple of easy ones just to get his confidence back, so he can bring him back to the fore, bring him back to everybody's imagination. Everybody sees him knocking somebody out, looking good doing it. So this guy's made for Anthony Joshua. It'll be another Ngannou early night for Joshua, where he gets a little bit of confidence.
Tommy Fury delivers the rawest assessment of all, pointing out that Jake struggled with him, a natural light-heavy novice, so how could he handle a full-sized elite heavyweight? Fury isn't analyzing tactics, he's highlighting a gulf so wide it borders on parity. He's seen Jake's limitations up close, felt his power, measured his timing, and none of it convinces him Jake would last beyond seconds with Joshua. His tone reflects what many fighters privately believe. This matchup isn't competitive, it's a spectacle built on bravado, and Joshua's physicality alone would overwhelm Jake before he even settles into stance.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute.
Logan Paul's words hit hard because he's speaking from both shock and a kind of insider observation. Watching Joshua dismantle someone like Francis Ngannou, who had never even tasted a knockdown before, and being out cold for 5 full minutes, is a testament to Joshua's raw power and skill. Logan's point about Jake Paul being not a real boxer emphasizes the gap between showmanship and true professional experience. If these two collide, there's almost no room for hype or social media bravado. Joshua's capabilities don't just intimidate, they completely eclipse that type of illusion. Fans online are already debating if Jake can even last a single round against someone who has delivered stoppages against elite competition. Logan's shock mirrors what many boxing enthusiasts feel. This isn't just a fight, it's a reality check, and anyone underestimating Joshua is in for a harsh awakening.
The Joshua thing is crazy.
Is that a real conversation?
Jake's a fucking lunatic, and it's probably real. I saw Joshua knock out Francis Ngannou, and the guy was like out cold for 5 minutes, and this is a guy who had never been knocked down, let alone knocked out.
If he steps in the ring with him, and actually a bell rings and there are punches thrown, every bit of Jake Paul is not a real boxer conversation is gone forever.
Chizora's perspective is brutally realistic. He isn't just hyping the fight, he's talking about expectations and the pressure Joshua would face. According to Derek, anything beyond 5 rounds against someone like Jake Paul is practically unforgivable in the public eye, and he's clear that Joshua has a standard to uphold. Chisora draws on Joshua's past, highlighting his first-round demolition of Francis Ngannou as proof that Joshua can and should finish fights decisively. The underlying message here is psychological as much as it is physical. Fighters aren't only battling opponents, they're battling perception. Fans and critics alike are ready to scrutinize every second of Joshua's performance, and Chizora's advice frames the fight as a test of both discipline and dominance. There's no room for error, and Joshua's reputation demands that he ends things early, leaving no doubt about the outcome.
So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony, I said, listen, I tell you what, I said to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. He has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, you know, people are gonna be doubting you as a fighter himself. So he has to smoke him out like what he did Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia in 1 round.
Frank Warren brings a level-headed lens to the chaos. Unlike the hype-driven chatter from other corners, Warren focuses on mindset and preparation. He repeatedly emphasizes dangerous, but clarifies that it's not about spectacle, it's about real skill, training, and awareness. His acknowledgement that Joshua knows the stakes and isn't an idiot adds nuance. This isn't a reckless gamble, it's a calculated risk. Yet Warren also reminds us that belief is critical. Physical skill alone doesn't carry a fighter through a high-pressure bout. This commentary resonates with seasoned fans who understand that boxing is as much psychological as physical. Fans are drawn into the tension, Warren describes, appreciating that even in a matchup with a social media giant like Jake Paul, the mental aspect can't be ignored. Joshua's confidence, preparation, and composure are under the microscope as much as his punches.
It's a dangerous fight. Of course, it's a dangerous fight. But I'm not here to be there selling their show. I've got no interest in the fighters from that perspective. I just think that he is a licensed boxer. He trains. He knows what he's getting involved with. He's not an idiot, and he knows what he's going to be up against. But he must believe in himself to do it.
Duke McKenzie dives straight into the mismatch issue, framing the fight in stark terms. The weight disparity alone, an 18-stone trained athlete against a much smaller contender, creates a dangerous environment. But beyond size, Duke questions legitimacy. Jake Paul hasn't earned a place in the heavyweight hierarchy, hasn't faced top competition, and lacks the pedigree Joshua brings. This perspective underscores a recurring theme among boxing purists. Fame and social media following don't equate to readiness in the ring. Fans online echo this frustration. debating whether hype alone is enough to justify a fight with real-world consequences. Duke's words serve as a reminder that boxing is unforgiving. Inexperience meets raw talent at great risk, and this is where reputations are forged or shattered. For Joshua, this isn't just a fight, it's a statement that separates genuine champions from internet sensations.
I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
The tension couldn't be higher. Every angle we've heard, from Logan Paul's shock at Joshua's raw power, to Chisora's brutal warnings about rounds and expectations, to Warren's focus on mindset, and Mackenzie's take on size and experience, paints the same picture. This fight is far from ordinary. Anthony Joshua isn't just stepping into the ring against a social media giant. He's defending his legacy against someone who has never truly earned a place at this level. The stakes are enormous, and every fan, pundit, and fighter is watching to see if Joshua will dominate like we expect, or if an upset could rewrite the narrative. Now it's over to you. Do you think Joshua will smash through the hype and prove why he's a true heavyweight champion, or could Jake Paul shock the world with the unthinkable? Drop your predictions in the comments below, tell us how you see the fight going, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the full breakdown when the gloves finally come off.